what you got popping up.
Solomon's temple was built by Satan. Who built the other megaliths? I learned a bunch of incredible things today that I bet you didn't know. One bit of trivia is that King Solomon's Raven Temple was built by special demon technology, which Solomon controlled with magic ring. The story starts with a spirit or jinn, we get the word genie, one version. He was stealing gemstones from the steel ladder to stick out of the bed of some energy. Another version. Solomon then prayed fervently to God, and once his prayer was answered, the archangel wear this ring, and all the demons of earth, both male and female, they'll walk unharmed. Other sources describe the ring as made of pure gold set with a single shamar stone, diamond perhaps, or the same heavenly green shamar stone that is said to be part of the temple. The stone was cut and set in the form of an 8-rayed star. On it was engraved the hexagon seal, and within that 4 letters of the infinite name of God. And so Solomon burned the seal into the neck of Moses as a brand of his sovereignty, and the jinn from the moment he did that did his bidding, and was given the task of cutting stones for the temple, building up the temple of Uranus Spain, to take the ring and brand Beelzebub, the ruler of demons, once highest level an angel in heaven, Satan. Solomon now controls all the demons. Stone cutting technology. God helped Moses by introducing him to Shema, a magical little worm that could cut stones with its glands. The demons did not know whereabouts of any Shema, but they suggested contacting their king Asmodeus, another name for Satan. Any version of the story, Solomon's magic ring gave him powers to overfall the angels, demons, who had access to the stone-cutting technology that enabled Solomon's temple to be built. This is important because in Jewish tradition, metalworking and use of metal to brace the stones was forbidden. Only stones could be used, except normal humans didn't know how to make them. These myths suggest that people reacting to Solomon's temple said to themselves, gee, cutting and moving giant stones like that seems impossible. It must have been demons. Such a tradition never arisen if the king depended on normal methods of mass human labour. It is also interesting that they are described as magical little worms. If an ancient person saw stone cutting being done with a laser or electricity, they might describe it in this way. In a larger discussion of who built the megalithic structures built all around the world during this time period, 1000 BC and prior, this may be evident of some other race of human beings or beings that are said to have higher technology. That such a race existed is mentioned over and over and over in the world literature, including the Bible, which frequently describes the race of giants that lived in the area before them, which were hybrids made from fallen angels that mated with humans. Who these beings really were is uncertain, but assuming is that their existence was problematic. The Edomite king was furious, but nothing could persuade him. Nama was part of Solomon. In the end, the Edomite king banished the couple to far away, desert-like dunes. They wandered there for a long time, hungry and miserable, but finally they reached a city not far from the sea. With little money they had with them, Nama bought a fish for their dinner. She opened the fish to clean it, and inside was a ring. Solomon looked at the ring and own protected magic ring, the one that was taken from him by Adamus. The demon obviously decided to throw it in the sea to get rid of it. Solomon put the ring on his finger and transported himself and his wife to Jerusalem, where Adamus masqueraded as the king for all these years, wearing the magic ring. He faced the demon and commanded him to assume his true form and leave the place. There was a similar sort of thing in thing with Loki and Thor, where he pretended to be his father. Asmus had no power to resist the throne, fled the palace, and Solomon returned to his former throne, but not without a price. The sight of Asmus in his true form was so incredibly hideous that the king was terrified by nightmares for the rest of his life, and it required his guard to watch his room every night. He also had to make himself known to his new father-in-law, the Adamite king. Which involved an unpleasant trial for the unjust banishing of the cook and his wife, but Solomon emerged from his own trials as a wiser and more humble man, and he and Namar established the line that will eventually bring forth the Messiah. Good. Thanks for watching. You have a fantastic day. Creation vibrations. Much love. Bye now.